What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about Andrew Lincoln campaigning for Rick Grimes to lose his hand. So if you've seen the sneak peek, you saw that Negan took the axe and then he put him in the RV, and some people seem to think that Rick's going to lose his hand. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what Rick said and if it's going to happen or not. So comicbook.com article, it's definitely good to check it out. I recommend the article for sure. Spoilers ahead from the comics, from possibly on the show. We'll see if it happens or not, but just general kind of spoiler stuff, so I don't want to give anything away. If people don't know the information, people get mad, so we're not trying to do that. You know, as always, just general spoiler warning. The actor who portrays Rick Grimes on AMC's zombie smashing hit series is dripping with enthusiasm for the show's return, as we all are, but you might be surprised about one other aspect he was once excited about. Comic book fans know very well that the Governor storyline in the Walking Dead comic books went a bit differently than it did on the television show. One specific moment missing from the television was the Governor cutting off Rick's hand. So that was a huge part in the comics. Didn't do it on the show for various reasons. We'll talk about the main reason why they're not doing it and probably won't ever do it on the show, but never say never. But here it is right here, the Governor cutting off Rick's right hand. And it's kind of crazy because the sneak peek was entitled Right Hand Man. So it doesn't portray his hand as it means to who is his next in line is. Would it be Daryl or Abraham or Glenn or whoever? But do you think they'll ever do it on the show? And we'll talk about why or why not they would. I wish they would, but that's highly unlikely. With the possibility of a certain character's face being endangered this season, I asked Lincoln if any characters may endure some permanent bodily harm in the upcoming season or if he may ever lose the hand. So that's a great question. If you ever get a chance to see Andrew Lincoln, he's very hard to come by, so interviews with him are always tough. That's him in the comics. See, he's got a prosthetic on there too. That would be great on the show, but it's just highly unlikely that'll happen for several reasons. You know, I campaigned 2 seasons ago when the Governor was around. I was saying, you got to do the hand, guys. And Victor, who was in charge of special effects, just said, no, 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 no. Anybody else? But not you. It'll cost a fortune with green screen and blue screen, Lincoln explained, but you know, I'm of the opinion that certainly where the story seems to be going this season, no one is safe of any long-term damage. It's an extraordinary season because it's very intense and insular for the first few, and then we lift our eyes and it feels like there's a whole new horizon out there, and it feels like it's very thrilling but also very dangerous. So that's true. But you see that where it says it'll cost a fortune with green screen and blue screen. If the money's not right, they ain't going to do it. AMC is not going to put money on there too for that, and it's not the big part of it. It's not the biggest part of the show. But the big thing that he said is that no one's safe from physically harm or whatever like that too. So if you've seen the spoilers and theories, you talk about the Lucille victims, but it's even after the fact. It's after the people die. It's not just the deaths. It's people who feel bad for that, who feel survivor's guilt, so they should have been able to do something, who blame Rick, who said that they should have done stuff. That's what the bigger thing is about it. It sounds like Rick and company may find themselves in a larger world, but more importantly, one young man better keep his eyes out for things to come. So that's just in relation to Carl, what the thing says. But I think it's everybody needs to find themselves and really where they go from here, whether it's at the hilltop or fighting the saviors or the kingdom or whatever. So do you think Rick's going to lose his hand? Do you think that'll ever happen? And I think no, just for the monetary reasons. If it would be the very end of the series that'll happen. Just give the fans that little Easter egg to put it on there too, but it won't happen because if they're on season 7 and they're going to be around for, 12 seasons, there's going to be 5 seasons of Rick without a hand. That ain't going to happen. But people thought they put him in the camper, they take his hand, take his hatchet, axe, whatever you want to call it, and chop off his hand. That would be awesome, but it's just not going to happen. So what do you think, guys? Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel to get more videos, guys. You guys are awesome. We can't do without you. And as always, thank you for watching. We're doing a Q&A this weekend. Post your comments and questions there too. And as always, thank you for watching.